Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. Hope you're rocking out whatever you have going on in your life and are making it happen. Quick update before we get started. This month only lime oil is the free product of the month from doTERRA. I love using this one as for a lot of reasons. I actually have a cool fun fact about lime oil. Popular in perfumery for men. In times past, British sailors drank lime juice to prevent scurvy. There you go. Fun fact. If you're interested in doing what the British sailors used to do, definitely drop me a comment and we'll get you rocking and rolling. I am in the finishing touches of a weight loss course for beginners that I am actually just about to launch. If you're interested or somebody you know of is interested in early bird access, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling with that. Tons of cool stuff that comes along with that. So, all right, let's get right into it now. What I wanted to talk about today is Red Cross or American Red Cross Awareness Day. And so today is, a day where we take it out, it's much more than a day what the Red Cross does, but this is a day where we dedicate, to getting awareness out there about, kind of the stuff that they do, the help that they do for everybody in need always. There are so many people out there that are less fortunate than us, especially over here in the Western Hemisphere, right? North America, Canada, United States. We have more privileges than anybody else in the world, and it's very easy for us to forget that. So that's where I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about different ways that you can give back to your community, to your to your family. And I wanted to talk a little bit about creative and helpful ways that don't cost a lot of time and or resources. I mean, we would love to, as much as we love to give back and we love to help out other people, right? We're busy people, so we always don't have a lot of time, resources, and or energy to give to others as much as we know we should. So that's where I want to come on, give some things that I do that are sort of, less, extravagant, I guess, if you will, and don't cost a whole lot of resources, whether it be time, effort, or money. So let's get right into it. Tip number one, or way number one, thing number one, whatever you want to talk it, whatever you want to go at it this way, is to donate, right? Donate time, money, blood, clothes. I talked to, we talked about we don't really have too much time to be donating, but, going to donate your time to a good cause is a great way to, help in your community. I know when we first shut down, there was the Rotary Club of Oakville didn't actually have any events going on for them to raise money. So, a few people took it out of their time to arrange, drives to help with, to put some income in the pockets, right? The beer stores weren't taking back empties and stuff like that. So, these people, they would take your empties and then you could take them back to the beer store, or you could give them to these people, which are using them for the Oakville Rotary Club for people that are less fortunate than, most of us. So that was something that Tina and I, right away, that was like a no-brainer for us. On top of the fact that we really didn't care that much to try and find a beer store to take these back, giving them to a great cause anyways was just, it was another no-brainer. Donating money, like I said, we don't always have time to give. So that's where we give resources in the form of money, right? In the form of charitable donations, in the form of, maybe presents that you buy, food drive. That's another way that, that helps, or that happens all the time, right? Food drive. And that's not necessarily you donating anything more than your hard-earned money that you go out and buy food and then you have it to give to other people. So that's a huge, that's a huge way right there. And that's a lot of it too when you think about donating, right? Everybody sort of thinks of money all the time. versus anything else. So it's really easy to get people on board with donating money. It's just the easiest thing anyways. Donating blood, right? Blood is needed all the time. I can only imagine that it's at a sparse demand right now. Blood, I can't even pretend to know the amount of blood that is in the human body. It's liters, right? Quarts. And there's so much blood pumping in your body. And, when people go into surgery and they need blood transfusions, or, if they have, diseases and stuff like that, and they need different blood, that they need good, clean blood, that's a huge way for you to donate any, if there's anything that you could think about giving, blood is, I believe, at like the top of the list of what they would rather have more than anything, right? If you talk to people in the healthcare community, I'm sure, time, money, blood, yeah, definitely will take your blood. Yeah, they probably take your money too. I mean, money talks, right? Clothes, right? This one is huge, right? Because we all do this all the time. We go and we buy new clothes, and then when we buy new clothes, we have to figure out what to do with the old clothes. Some of them we keep as a way to change up our attire every once in a while, but for the most part, we're looking about getting rid of these clothes, right? So what do? We go to Salvation Army, Goodwill, places like that where we donate our clothes. And for the most part, we really don't care too much about what happens after that. It makes us feel good that we did that charitable thing, right? I know that Tina's parents, when they travel, they normally go South America when they do, and they make sure to always bring bags of clothes for the people down south. Those countries are, poor beyond your wildest imagination. Some of those countries don't even have clean flowing water, right? It's crazy. One of the side things that I read was avocados are actually going to start being scarce, and it takes about 6 liters or 60 liters. I think it's 60 liters of water to make one avocado. That's crazy, right? So that's where, water is a huge thing that people need that we don't even think about up here, especially in Canada, right? US. Donating clothes is a huge thing. It's just, and especially to things like the Red Cross, Salvation Army, Goodwill, places like that, right? We know that they're doing good things with that. I used to work at the Salvation Army, so for me, whenever I donate to them, I know right away it's a no-brainer that I don't really care about what I'm giving up, because I know that it's going to a good cause. There was many a times where people's houses burnt down, people lost everything, storms come through and people's houses get blown away, right? And there's the Salvation Army just, right like that. And we're making deliveries to these people, giving them couches, giving them, armoires and dressers, TVs, kitchen appliances, beds, right? All the stuff that you need to sort of rebuild your life. And this is all stuff made off of donations from other people. So that's where, for me, Salvation Army has a place in my heart. Definitely, and anytime I can donate to a cause that they support is good in my books. Number 2, another way to give back yourself is to volunteer for a cause, right? I don't know how much they're taking volunteers at this current moment, but you could definitely volunteer for something online, some sort of, put your name in the hat, if you will, Christmas drives, Santa Claus parades, Halloween haunts, right? Thanksgiving stuff, Mother's Day's coming up. I don't know how big May 2-4 is going to be this year, but when you volunteer your time, that means more to people than anything, right? Food drives, soup kitchens, right? Volunteering for, volunteering for sports coaching, right? My dad coached me in hockey and my brother basically up until we stopped playing. And, I don't know. I mean, I never asked, but I can only assume that he didn't get paid for it. Maybe pennies, if anything. I believe his payment came in the form of like dinners and stuff like that. But when you're talking about coaching kids sports, right? You're not in it for the money for the most part. You're in it for your kids to have something to do, something to play. Perhaps maybe they make something of themselves. But volunteering your time and even like volunteering your effort, right? That's a huge. More than anything, and that's definitely a low-cost way for you to give back to your community and really, impact a lot of people all at once. Number 3, pay it forward. This one is this is more for if you're in the drive-through. If you're at a restaurant, for example, if you're doing takeout or something like that, right? This is, I know that Tina told me this story a little bit ago about she was in the Tim Hortons drive-thru and the lady in front of her paid for her meal. Now, I don't know because I wasn't there, but I know that by the level of excitement, she texted me at like 6 o'clock in the morning to let me know about this. She was super excited, right? And that really put a smile on her face. It really made her day. And especially at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Not only do you not really care, but you're not even awake enough yet to even realize that you didn't care. And especially at that moment in time when somebody does something nice like that for you, it can't help but put a smile on your face. It just makes you want to do it, whether or not that's one of those things where it's like, okay, now I'm forced to pay for the next person because, this person paid for me. But if that's the way you want to look at it, that's a way to look at it. But another way to look at it could be that, this is the greatest thing that's happened to me today. Why not pay it forward, pay it back, and, let the person behind me have the same, or hopefully have the same joy and happiness that I'm having right now, from the kindness that this person showed me. Now that's just one example, right? Holding a door open for somebody is huge. People don't, people are really busy nowadays, right? We don't really have too much time to give. And for me to stand there and hold the door open for you while you just take your sweet ass time getting in, that's, a lot of people don't really do that too much anymore. Saying thank you is a huge one. That's really a big thing. If you want to give back in any way, is just say thank you when somebody does something nice for you. And that's a few different ways for you to sort of pay it forward. Make somebody else's day. The universe is full of, there's, what do the Chinese call it? Karma, right? We've all heard it. We've all experienced it, right? So when you put good things out there, good things come back to you. When you put negativity out there, negative things come back to you. It's just the law of cause and effect. So make sure your causes that you put out there are good, and then your effects coming back to you have to be just as good in return. Number 4, share positive news. This one can be super hard for more often than not because I find that sharing bad news gets a better reaction out of people than sharing good news. So that's why we kind of sort of, and everybody likes to gossip. People love gossip. It can be super fun to sort of, share the bad news and then pick on people and do that. And, but that's why we need to share positive news. Share good stories, things that people did that were good for either you or, things that you read in the news that were of people helping others, right? Or people going out of their way to do something nice for somebody else. There's so many stories like that out there if you're looking for it. If you're looking for the negative news and the bad news, you're definitely going to find it. It's not that hard to find. Looking for positive news kind of takes a little bit more of a search. But this one is huge because this is also a big one because nobody likes to, talk to a person that's always negative. Nobody likes to see a person that's always negative coming. It's like, oh great, here we go again. What bad news do they have what do they call it? The bearer of bad news. Like, oh great, here we go again. What bad thing happened that we're going to find out about today? And then versus, the other way, if you, if you share positivity and you're always positive and, people can feel that off of you, they're going to be more inclined to want to come to you and to want to listen to what you're saying, as opposed to just, like, oh, great, this person is just going to talk negative about something, give me something, that I've probably already heard before that, is not cool at all. But, sharing positive news is something that people don't do often enough, so you're definitely going to stand out in the crowd. Number 5, send a letter, a handwritten letter. This one is huge, right? Friends, family. I got down here soldiers overseas, right? People, those guys, that's just another level of, we can't even really talk about that because, they go through so much. And, if you want to talk about giving back to your community, right, that's like the highest level of giving back, sacrificing your life so that we can have the freedoms that we have and, the normalcy that we live in. Definitely send a letter over to them, thank you for everything that you do. If anybody, I don't know, but if anybody's going to watch this, thank you for all you do. You guys rock. I don't have any real affiliation with the military, but I don't hate you guys at all, and I actually love you guys. Thank you for everything you do. And then another one, right? Friends, family. We don't think about it realistically, right? When was the last time you got a handwritten letter from somebody, telling you how great of a person you are and how much you're being thought of by somebody else? It just doesn't happen that much anymore. It's too easy to send a text message and or an email. So that's why a handwritten letter will be better received than anything else, because, it takes so much time and effort and thought into doing that people don't really think about that happening. So when it does happen, it's kind of one of those like, damn, this person's like really thinking about me. This person went out of their way to mail a handwritten letter. I mean, 20, 30 years ago, that would have been like, okay, way to go, buddy. Good job. Nowadays, a handwritten letter is like, wow, dinosaur. Okay, grandma, way to go, sending handwritten letters again. So that's just a great way to, again, score some brownie points, right? People don't really do that. So you're going to stand out from the crowd and definitely make somebody's day. You will definitely make somebody's day. Number 6. Oh, yes. Help the environment, right? Plant a tree. Take care of your garden. Pick up some trash. Don't litter. Right off the bat, and I didn't even think about any of those. There's so many things that we do to hurt our planet on a daily basis without even really thinking about it. Between driving and gas and, garbage and fuel and fossil fuel and fumes that are going into the atmosphere and screwing with the ozone layer, right? I mean, I read a story that the shutdown that we had last year was so great for so many parts of the world because of all of the downtime that we had, and it was great for the environment and the earth to just to just really go back to its roots, if you will, and to be able to overcome all of the stuff that we as humans have done to it. So, it's so. I'm not even talking about if you want to organize like a community cleanup or, a workplace thing, right? Friends thing, family members. You can if you want to, definitely. But, even yourself, right? Just picking up trash on the side of the road, even just not littering. That's, just not throwing your garbage on the ground, waiting until you get a garbage can, not defacing property. I mean, not even really going to touch that one. But, there's so many things that we need to be grateful for with regards to our environment and our planet in general that we take for granted. And, we need to really make a conscious effort to take better care of the place that we live if we want to keep living here for a longer period of time. So take that into consideration. My last tip, more than anything, is essential oils. I have a couple essential oils here. One of the blends that I have is On Guard, and this is the respiratory blend from doTERRA. It's great for, it's not the respiratory, but it's an immune supporting blend from doTERRA. It's great for boosting your immune system, promoting healthy immune function, and really helping your body to combat seasonal threats. But one of the reasons that I love it is it's got cinnamon in it, so it smells like Christmas. And for me, that smell makes me really happy. So, I tend to do nice things for other people when I'm happy. So that's why I like to be happy when I'm thinking about doing nice things for others. Because when I'm in an upset mood, as much as I'm trying to be nice for other people, it probably won't come off the same way as in my head. And then my next oil that I have here is bergamot. Bergamot is actually known as the oil of self-love. So if there's ever a time where, you want to give back or you want to do something nice, but you're kind of thinking like, who am I? What do I have to give? What could I possibly bring to the table, right? Bergamot, self-love, give yourself a pat on the back, a break. You keep on keeping on even when times are rough and you don't really see an end to in the tunnel, right? You keep on keeping on because you rock. DJ Yannix, what's happening? Hope you and Tina are safe and well. Yes, very safe. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are awesome over there. We are actually back in a lockdown over here, so we're safe. We're not going anywhere. Rocking the blue t-shirt. Yes, thank you. I actually found this one because we're pulling out the summer clothes now. It's interesting. We're pulling out the summer clothes, and then yesterday we had a huge snowfall. So it's Canada, I tell you. What can I say? We get summer the one day. I do believe it was like 15 degrees the one day, and then a few days later we're getting snow. Canada, the only place you can get frostbite and sunburn in the same day. That's what I say. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you would like a free sample of oils, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you. Bye for now.